Hello folks, welcome to Safarnama, which is not just a travelogue, because Safarnama shares with you not just the sights and routine touristy things, but here we try to dive deeper, learn something new, something unique about the places we visit. So hop on board for another exciting voyage, and as we used to say in the Navy, pull ahead both engines and let's cast away.
सफर अनजाना सा है, रास्ता बेगाना सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है.
Over the next few episodes, we travel to Scandinavia, that part of the world which has consistently dominated the global happiness surveys. And we will attempt to decode the Nordic code of happiness. Scandinavia is indeed a unique region that seems to have mastered the art of balancing progress with human well-being. From the world-famous waterfronts of Denmark, raw and majestic landscapes of Norway, architectural masterpieces of Sweden and Finland, we will crisscross the entire region and try to discover the underlying secrets behind the highest quality of life on Earth. Our journey begins in the fairy tale capital of Denmark, Copenhagen. Year after year, the city ranks at the absolute top of global happiness indices. But why? Is it the historic royalty? Or is it the modern architecture, the beautiful weather, or the secrets of Hygge? Let us try to trace the blueprint of Copenhagen's happiness. We landed in Copenhagen with a quiet determination to look beyond the typical tourist facades. As was well expected at this time of the year, a soft Nordic drizzle greeted us on arrival, but we decided to not let the rain deter us, and we stepped out for a first look at the city. In many parts of the world, rain drives people indoors, dampening the city's mood, but not in Copenhagen. We learned that Danes don't let the weather decide their mood. Instead, they design their happiness around it. And thus we got the first look into a core Danish concept called Hygge. Now made world famous thanks to some bestseller books and media attention. Hygge is best described as a feeling of cozy contentment, of finding well-being in simple, warm moments. It is the art of creating intimacy, whether it's a glow of a candle, a hot cup of coffee, or comfort of a cozy cafe, relishing Danish pastries and rye bread on a rainy evening. Our quest to decode the secret recipe of Copenhagen happiness had formally begun. The next morning, we set out at the break of the dawn to witness a slice of Copenhagen life. Early morning is the perfect time of the day when masks are off and any city reveals its true self. And what we saw deeply impressed us. Today, sustainability is talked about around the world, but here in Copenhagen, the population actually practices it at scale. Did you know that a whopping 58% of its citizens use bicycles for commuting to work? And most of the others either walk or use public transport. In Copenhagen, cycling isn't just a transportation choice, it's a core belief to value health and equality. Next was the morning ritual of a Hygge breakfast. Stepping into the local bakery to share a warm cup of coffee and the famous Danish smorgasbord showed us that happiness here is a daily practice of slowing down and relishing small pleasures of life. To understand the linkages of the Danish society with the royal history, our next destination was Rosenborg Castle. Walking to the castle through lush gardens right in the heart of the city was truly memorable.
In Copenhagen's heart lies Rosenborg Castle, a stunning symbol of Denmark's royal history. Built over 400 years ago, the castle showcases beautiful Renaissance architecture. Inside, visitors can explore royal chambers and the famous crown jewels.
As we looked closely at these priceless artifacts, we realized they represent something far deeper than mere royal wealth. In Denmark, history isn't locked away as a forgotten museum chapter or used to project distant power. It serves as an active, comforting anchor for national identity. By preserving their past so immaculately, the Danes have built a profound sense of societal stability and cultural continuity, proving that to build a happy future, a society must stay deeply grounded in its roots. The rich heritage of Copenhagen literally marches through the modern city traffic every day. Watching the famous change of guard ritual at the royal palace, we observed something unique. There are no massive barricades separating royalty from commoners. The relationship is built on mutual respect and shared space, grounding the entire society with a comforting sense of continuity and trust. Leaving the palaces behind, we boarded a harbour boat, an integral part of the city's highly efficient public transportation system. Gliding past the waterfront, we reached at the edge of the shore to greet one of the most famous figures in literature, the Little Mermaid. Commissioned in 1909 by the Danish beer magnate Carl Jacobsen, after he was utterly captivated by the ballet performance based on the fascinating story, and he decided to install this bronze figure as a permanent tribute to this timeless fairy tale by the local author Hans Christian Andersen. Andersen's profound linkage to Copenhagen is woven into the very fabric of the city's identity. By publicly celebrating an author, Copenhagen reveals a rare cultural wisdom. A society stays truly vibrant when it celebrates creativity and imagination. Right alongside the Mermaid sits the Castlet Fort, a beautifully preserved star-shaped fortress. Today, its old military bastions serve as a peaceful public parks where families stroll, proving how elegantly the city repurposed its history for public well-being. As the sun began to set, we arrived at the legendary Tivoli Gardens. Founded in 1843, it is the world's oldest operating theme park, a place that famously inspired Hans Christian Andersen and later even Walt Disney himself. Beyond the fun rides and the typical amusement park components, Tivoli offers a platform for live public performances by anyone and everyone who wants to showcase their creativity. It was magical as we stood among hundreds of locals witnessing spectacular live performances by so many talented young people. This moment revealed an essential secret. A happy society doesn't just provide routine comforts, it actively nurtures the creative energies of its youth, providing magnificent world-class avenues to showcase their passion. The next day, we journeyed to Roskilde to get a glimpse of the ancient Nordic engineering. Standing before the 5 original Viking Age ships excavated from the seabed is an awe-inspiring experience. Built around 1030 AD, these vessels were not just boats, they were the pinnacle of Viking innovation. Today, this UNESCO heritage site brings history to life. In the active wooden workshops outside, master craftsmen utilize the exact same ancient tools to build replicas of the original design, which actually sail in the open oceans that their designers conquered a millennium ago. Returning to the city, we explored a completely different facet of Danish society, Freetown Christiania. Born in 1971, when squatted hippies took over an abandoned military area, this self-governing anarchist commune is a mind-bending world of its own, complete with its own written constitution, vibrant counterculture art, and vehicle-free streets. Seeing a radical alternative way of life thrive right in the center of the major European capital shows just how incredibly liberal, confident, and tolerant the Danish state and society truly are. They don't force conformity, they encourage human individuality. 3 days, thousands of steps, and a peek at history spanning a millennium. As we leave this fairy tale city behind, we carry this insight that true human happiness blooms when a state trusts its people and when a society designs its cities around trust, togetherness, and freedom.
अनजाना सा है, रास्ता बेगाना सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है, सफर अनजाना सा है, रास्ता बेगाना सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है.